when the all right, it's an alien. So when the alien,
Spoiler! Spoiler alert!
when the alien,
Bob did it.
We're back.
We're back. This week we're back. And now we're going to start with...
//back.
There you go.
Which I say because it starts off with the slash moves from behind the back. Anyway, this is an Inuit Eskimo movie about this group of adolescent young girls who come upon, through a series of circumstances, a mysterious, deadly alien. I think they established at the beginning it's about 24 miles south of the North Pole. It's the Arctic Circle. So they are really isolated up there. I mean, you can compare this to The Thing, but it's a whole different type of story. This is a much lighter story. And it's about these girls who live they're so isolated that all of the input they get is from cell phones. So they talk like they're Valley girls at the Galleria.
I never noticed that at all.
It's so true.
It's so noticeable to me, and it was just, I loved that. It's one of the things I thought was so funny about it.
Even the way they dressed. It's like, that's not how I picture a Inuit person dressing.
Right.
Yeah, and in fact, I mean, it must have been a warm day because a lot of the time they're wearing shorts, I think, or
jeans. They're wearing jeans.
Yeah, but you get used to the cold.
Anyway, so what happens is there is something from elsewhere that comes in and is not a friendly entity, and it's up to them to stop it from possibly taking over the world or killing all of them off or killing everybody in the town. And I really like the special effects. There's not a lot of money that went into these special effects, but they're very effective. And the monster, they do one thing when the all right, it's an alien. So when the alien,
Spoiler! Spoiler alert!
When the alien,
Bob did it.
I did it. The alien has a really unique way of attacking people, and one of or people and things, because there's a polar bear early on who has been possessed by the alien, and just the way the thing runs is really spooky.
I agree.
It's so wrong.
Yes.
It's just, I mean, when I watched it, I said, I don't know what's going on here, but this is just something really, really wrong about the way this thing is moving. And then that transfers into a human later on. So it's really about these kids under siege. Nobody else believes them that there's aliens around, but they have to basically save their community, possibly the world. And it's I can say a whole lot more stuff about it, or maybe I couldn't because I'm going to let other people talk about it. It took me by surprise. Susie has compared it to another movie, and I will pass it over to her to follow through on that.
What's the movie?
What was the movie?
Gotta remember.
I can't remember what I say from one
Susie.
From last time.
What am I doing?
Pray.
What's the other movie?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. Pray.
What?
Pray.
Right?
Yes. You remind me of Pray.
2 words, sis.
Okay, this is basically a coming-of-age film starring a delightful Inuit young women, five of them. It's an Inuit community of young women. Also, the director, Navia. Okay.
Nila.
Say that again.
Nila Inukshuk.
Inusuk.
That sounds good.
Directorial debut, by the way.
It's a young adult film. It reminded me of Prey. Malika is the main character in this. And she's the girl we kind of follow. She's a good hunter. Her father taught her how to hunt. And that's why it kind of reminded me of Prey, because she kind of has to analyze what this thing is that she's dealing with. And she does. They're aliens, actually.
Spoiler alert!
Not the Inuit.
There are her crew. Her crew is Jessie, basically a hothead, played by Alexis Vincent-Wolfe, Leanna, and Malika's little sister. This is about making peace from where you are. It's kind of like it's a young movie. It's a young movie. You might actually enjoy it as an adult because it deals with this place where they are is about. It's north of the Arctic Circle.
So it's cold.
And this is also about making, like I say, peace with who you are. Because Malika actually has a problem with it, which kind of reminds me of another movie we were doing where the person actually, it can be either whiplash or it can be either your one.
I see you.
I see you.
Yes, very much so. Right.
The people want to escape from who they are. But actually who they are is really great. And that's kind of what this movie shows you. And that's
They
great.
embrace it.
Yes, they embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
Patty.
Oh, well, I'm going to be Debbie Downer. And Bob, when I saw Slash as the movie back,
I know.
right, I got real excited. I thought, okay.
That's what I
She
said.
thought
Make
she
up,
was
make up your own
watching
mind.
Even
people.
though I'm not into slasher movies, this could be a turn around the corner for me. I thought, Bob has picked a movie I might actually like. But no.
Wrong.
I know. And it felt to me like but you said a B movie that you called my movie?
Yes.
It was a B
No.
movie. It was definitely a B movie.
You bastard.
There's
Anyway.
a lot of great B movies.
I speak. Anyway, I just felt it was like a student a movie. Like, a student.
Well, in a way, I understand that. Yes.
Yeah. I didn't find the girls interesting. Everybody was so monotone all the time. And really, how exciting are 13-year-old girls? Unless you put Hollywood in there. I'm sorry. They're not that exciting. But the dialogue that they did talk, I got to say, was pretty true for 13-year-olds. It was just so flat. No cinematography. It just reminded me of a B.
What?
FLAT,
Sorry.
flat, right? It reminded me of a B movie and a student movie where the special effects are corny, and it killed me to watch it. And I made myself watch it, but I had to stop, watch something else, go back to it, watch something else. But I was so looking forward to me liking it. I really was. Really, really was. Your turn.
Lon.
Well, here's a funny thing, because I had sort of this almost the same reaction, but I really admired this movie. Because you're right, this is an independent film, and I have to admit, I really love independent films when they are not the typical studio Hollywood kind of manufactured movies. These are movies that sort of have a special or a voice. I will say this, a unique voice that tells a story.
True. That's
now,
true.
whether it's mainstream or not, it's a different story.
Right.
That's why we saw, in fact, that's why I had to admit things like Whiplash, this movie, American Fiction, these all sort of, and even I See You, these, like this film debuted, if I'm not, at the South by Southwest Festival. Same with I See You. Right. And then the TIFF, the American Fiction, was at this Toronto International Film Festival. These places really highlight independent filming, which, again, you're right. That's why you say student film, because they don't have a budget.
Right.
I thought what they did with this budget was amazing.
Me too.
I really did, because I understand why you say that, and that's why I want to salute sort of the people who produced this, because there were, like, if you remember at the beginning, there were like a lot of companies that showed up, like Shudder, Cynthia Films, Mixtape, Red Marrow Media, Stellar Citizens, to make this one film in Canada.
Right.
Right? And it really surprised me, because this is like my favorite kind of film. Again, low expectations, right? Unknown cast, director starting for the first time, right? And yet, what they're doing, for me personally, they're introducing me to this world. Now, I've seen Inuit films before, and there have been a couple of great ones.
Yeah.
But I thought, okay, here's a neat little film about, like you said, how I put it, this was a mix between Prey, Attack the Block, and The Thing.
Oh.
Why do you think
Those
it's
are-
like Prey?
It's
I didn't
funny.
like Prey either.
Because she's a hunter.
Well, no, it's just because it has to do with, right, this the fact that here are these quote unquote, you want to say native or native, they're Canadian. So you
Taught
would
by
say,
her father.
but the Inuit people, right, that have certain talents. And I agree with you about the fact that they're 13-year-olds. They just want to be typical 13-year-olds. And what they're learning on social media, like you said, and yet they are behaving like
13-year-olds.
13-year-olds that I would see in America, the way they dress, this and that. But I was so curious that I went to go look up this film, and I saw the director being, interviewed. And it was funny because she even talked about how they had to do certain things. And she said, well, like the bikes are all the same. I never noticed that. So when I literally, because I watched this film twice, that's how much I did like it. I said, I want to go back. And I said, okay, they're not exactly the same because they have slight color. But she was talking about how, no, when you live in a village like this, you only get one type of clothes.
Yeah.
You get one type of bike. That's
right.
it.
That's right.
And this is what you have to do with, which is why I can see the girl's frustration. Like, no, I want to be unique. Right. And it's hard to in this little village. I think the population was like, it was very small.
Like 40,000, 1,400.
Right.
But I have to say, funny enough, they don't really understand by their location. They are unique.
Oh, with the exception of, see, that's the funny thing, because the main character, like, or who I
Malika?
consider the main character, her character, she talks about moving to Winnipeg. I don't want to be here. I want to go to
gotta say,
Winnipeg.
I
right?
love that.
Now,
That
the
was
thing
so
is,
funny.
why Winnipeg? Now, you guys are Canadian, so is Winnipeg like a
No,
city to
no.
go to?
No.
Okay.
What you would say
Because
is,
that's
why Winnipeg?
Okay, it's like you
Because
go to
it was-
Montreal or something like that, right? A big,
Montreal,
But to them-
Right.
Toronto,
Toronto,
okay,
Vancouver,
Toronto, right? Okay, right.
Manitoba.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
never say
Manitoba.
Winnipeg. But
No.
if you're an Inuit, that would look appealing to you.
Okay.
If you're a 13-year-old girl,
Yeah.
But
that's
see,
a big
that's-
city.
and
Because
that's
they,
right.
because they have targets there.
Well,
They have
that's
everything,
right.
But
yeah.
see, that's what made me laugh because I thought,
I thought
okay,
that was
she said
cute.
Winnipeg, but I was wondering if that was a butt of a joke. Just alone in that,
No.
right?
She
Yeah.
wasn't making a joke.
No.
In a
The
movie.
humor only
I said,
because
I gotta
of the
go to
humor.
Detroit.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It would be
exactly.
like to
Bad.
us, right? Yeah. Oh, I want to move out of my little town from Ohio, and I'm going to go to
big
Cleveland.
city
Right.
of
But the thing is,
Manitoba, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
so that's the kind of stuff I really enjoyed between the interaction with the young girls but I will say that I really liked, was it Uki? Was that her name? The one who actually embraced her.
Nationality.
Well, exactly. The fact that she really was part of the village. She listened to her grandmother telling stories. She listened to the stuff. So she said, oh, what's so wrong about this? And because she was out of all the three, right? Or the four.
I agree.
She was sort of the warrior.
Yeah.
So what happens is you're seeing the dynamics, and you're right. These are four girls that you could have put in the valley. You could have put them anywhere in any country. You're going to have the one who has the more money, so she has a cell phone and everything. You have the one who, the naturist, which I call Micah, that her father was the hunter. And everyone sort of admired, said, oh no, he's a great hunter. So the fact that she was learning from him, that she got that. And then you had Lena, I think.
Who's the
that
little
was-
sister? Who's the little sister?
I think that was that Anju?
Uki.
No, Uki. Oh, was it Uki? That's little. See, that's why I can't
she
remember.
was
Uki.
amazing.
But see, yes, exactly. But and then what's the other girl's name? I can't remember the other girl who was the one who liked the boy. That
yeah,
Micah
right.
is sort of like, right?
Oh, yeah, she was great.
But see, again, that's what she's like. There's a girl talking about. Oh, she's trying to steal my boyfriend, kind of thing, right?
What I thought was great is that when she had the opportunity, and
Who?
the boy that the girl that you're
Oh,
talking
okay,
about
yeah.
that was talking to the boy, and the boy obviously liked Malika.
Or
right?
Micah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And
No, very much
and
so.
she was like,
No.
Yeah, I think she likes you. And she did the right thing.
See, exactly. That at one point she sort of got really upset with
because
her.
she liked him.
But once they get to the confrontation of having to deal with the situation they're in, she just was, again, being very honest. And that's what I sort of like about it, because it always comes down to when you think you're going to die, your honesty really comes out at that point.
You really are
and I
comes
do
out.
like
But
the
what I
fact that
thought was
these girls,
great
yeah.
was Malika was also trying to dissuade him from her.
Yes, exactly.
Because she knew her friend.
don't you think it's funny?
liked
What's
him.
this got to do with
But,
aliens?
but the thing is funny when you watch them.
This is important.
No, but I say, don't you think it's funny when you watch a movie with this Latino movie, Korean,
Exactly,
or whatever,
yes.
or in this movie, the guy that they're interested in always looks the same. It's got
Yeah.
the lips, the hair. That's about all picture of.
He had the snowmobile.
He has a look.
Yeah, he had the
He always has
snowmobile
that
too,
look.
right? Yeah.
They always have that look. you know?
Exactly.
But here's my point. They were friends. They were all friends. And they were all trying to do the best things for their friend.
Well, no, exactly. And that's what I said. That's why when I watched this movie, it's like, oh, it's really about these 4 young girls.
Yeah.
You know, period. That's what I really thought, that this took it up to another level, because it wasn't just the horror sci-fi kind of film. Like Attack the Block. It really sort of
Yes.
talked about the society in
The
which they're living in.
neighborhood.
Hold on.
But again, the young actresses in this, I thought, were very good and solid for what they were doing. The family dynamics, I thought they introduced, because again, I'm being introduced to this society that
Right.
I'm not too familiar with.
I love the square dance they were
And
doing.
then I love the fact that they bring up their local mythology, because there's, what is it, the Mahaha or
yeah.
something, when she talks about
Yeah.
the one god that actually tickles people to death. I thought, if there's a way I would go, that's one way. I prefer that.
now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I prefer
right.
that over anything else that goes on
Yes.
this. So the thing is, like, wow, but it's sort of fascinating how they just embrace who they are, they do what they can, and I hate to be a spoiler, but they succeed. And it's like, you know what? This is what makes the movie. This is like a fascinating little film that is so cheaply made that it's like, I would prefer Hollywood made these type of movies with the big budget,
No.
but even the budget they had, I was still impressed with the special effects. I was actually impressed with the photography.
What was their budget?
Huh? You know, I wish I could tell you. I don't know, but it obviously was not made with big budget, because when I watched the director, because she wanted to film it in this little town, right? That, of course, you literally see the town. There's not a lot of housing there. They literally had to put up people in the school, the crew. They had to rent all the beds, put them in the school that they had to house the film crew.
Welcome to the Inuit villages.
Well, no, welcome to independent film, and that's what I
But
mean.
here's the point. I think that the point that it's an Inuit film makes it sellable.
Oh, I don't know if it would make it sellable, but what I liked is the fact that it was an Inuit film, written and directed by Inuit, starring Inuits, and in the
And
Inuit
it's all
village.
women. It's all women.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like
no.
that.
It was co-written by Ryan Cavan.
But
He
the-
co-wrote the screenplay.
But
so.
the director is a woman. The cast is a woman.
The main characters are women. Yeah.
yeah.
Women. And
Yeah.
I really like that. Not because I'm for that,
Right.
but it's that it worked in this movie.
It's. I think.
I
This
thought
is another B movie. I call it, and
But
yet
I
it's a
thought-
Don't
solid.
put my movie in with this.
Actually, this is better than I see you like.
Oh, yeah.
I thought
because
it
this is a B
I
movie
thought-
that's solid. Yeah.
it makes them sellable because they're Inuit.
Because
That makes no sense. What makes them
exciting.
sellable?
It's an exciting thing. It's not a regular
It-
Western thing. It's you're looking at it in an
because
exotic.
Inuits are mysterious to us.
Not to us.
They are
Well, that's
to
what the
them.
Canadian.
But
That's
they
what
are
Canadians.
No,
Not
exactly.
us
That's what I said.
Canadians.
and interesting to us.
They are very interesting.
I like that.
Right.
And
And it's a lot of fun.
And
No, I like
the
that.
director's
I like
women.
Yeah.
The actresses are women. they're all women, and they're all Inuit women.
And we do not belong to the Me Too movement.
They do not denigrate the males because
No, because
Because they want to go out with them.
no,
because the father of the main person is the person who trained her.
it's real. It's what in that culture, what they do is real. Like the father will teach his
It's
daughter
basic
how to hunt,
survival.
Well, no,
how to
exactly.
shoot.
Right.
You know,
It's basic survival. The
Exactly.
movie is
Yeah, it's
clearly-
normal.
Yeah, no, I agree
Absolutely.
with that.
Right.
From my
Whose
mom.
turn is it?
In the
Is it your turn,
same
George?
law.
I was just gonna say
She's
what
the end.
I was gonna say one more
No,
thing is that
it's not your movie.
No,
Is it your
but
movie?
no,
Yeah,
no.
it is your movie.
no, it's
not
no,
my
I'm
movie.
not.
It's not my
Bob,
movie.
so as I say,
Okay, George,
just
It's
to wrap it up,
okay.
one thing I thought was very fascinating too, which I didn't think about, is that when they come home, it's taking place in the north. They come home and all the parents think, "Why are you so late?" And yet the sun was out.
Yeah.
This is another thing
Yeah,
I thought
it
was
was funny.
fascinating. I didn't realize it took place in 24 hours because there is no darkness because it's at the
Right.
time period is.
Yeah.
That was another
there
fascinating
was no night
part.
in the film. No night.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, wow. Even that sort of, I thought as a concept was really interesting.
And that's why I give it a 10.
Well,
Well, wait,
not yet.
before we get to that, let's hear from George.
How about we get to Jorge?
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Jorge. I give it a 10.
First thing, don't fuck with the girls from Pang.
What?
What?
Don't fuck with the girls from Pang.
That's a quote.
The girls from Pang?
Pang.
That's the quote in the movie.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
minute,
because
whose
the
movie
place
is
is
this?
called, what is it
It's-
called?
Pang something.
Pangniturang.
No, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this movie too. It reminded me of Attack the Block. No, but also more the Goonies. The
Yes, very much
kids,
so.
I
Get
can
that,
see
yeah.
that.
kids who
Yeah.
I can see that.
get together and they're gonna team up and solve whatever's going on. The also the reason that the creatures ran weird was because they were being hijacked by the aliens.
Right.
So
Yeah.
they don't know how to walk, so they're walking. That's why they're walking.
Yeah, no,
weird.
because he's like working on the side of his foot because they
Yeah.
can only control so
Right, they
much.
can know so much. I really like the main girl, Malika. What's her name?
Malika.
I really love her
Malika.
character.
Micah.
She was tough.
M-A-I-K-A.
But I really
Micah.
like her character. I
What
really
do
like
you say?
Micah.
Micah.
I didn't finish.
Yeah, but I really liked her character. Also because she was a hunter, her father taught her how to hunt. So
By her father.
But yeah, and because that's part of the culture, and also because I also liked her sister. Because she was following the sister.
Yeah, she was
And
great.
in fact, his sister was even tougher than her. She was like,
Yeah.
"Kick your ass!"
Yeah,
She wasn't ready to
sister was
go,
great.
and she's so young when she's ready to go. So I really like those two characters, and I also like the one with the do rag. What was she had?
Yeah,
That,
do-rag.
The one that liked the boy.
yeah, the boy.
Yeah.
She was to me. She was a gangster. She was,
Yeah.
she
Yeah,
was
she
a
was
tough one too. She was
gangsta.
a tough one
Against
too.
her Una.
Yeah. So, and also the movie is classic. The adults are going to a big major party.
Right.
So they're going to a dance, whatever. So now the kids are left alone. You can attack to the adults, and they enjoy themselves. So they're aware of this thing that's happening, and now they have to save the world, currently. Like a lot of those, kid movies. Actually, a lot of times I felt the acting was a little off, but they're young
What do you
girls
mean?
too. Like I'm not getting chicks,
No,
Hollywood actresses.
exactly. Right. Yeah. Because
A lot of times I felt like she's the lines are a little like too. She's not. That's not an actress. That's what I felt like. Some of the
To
girls.
what?
A lot of times I felt like some of the girls when they were doing their lines,
We're not
they
actresses.
were not actresses.
No.
I felt like that's some young girl trying to do a line.
Yeah.
But
me
they're
too.
young, so I figured that it's a B movie, so I did go to actually I was supposed to party. I like the cinematography. Some of the shots were like oof, amazing.
Yeah.
The backdrop, the water when they were taking the boat, it's like wow. I mean, I would like to be there myself, just taking the boat and experiencing the
We
moments.
need all to go to the end.
Oh my goodness! It was the cinematography was great. What was that? So, no, I actually really enjoyed the movie. It kept me in there. It reminded me of like those kind of movies, and it was fun. Yeah,
It was fun.
yeah.
Okay,
I
let's
enjoyed
give
it.
scores. Let's give scores.
Okay, I'll give it an 8.
you gave it a
I'll give
10.
What? What did you say?
You
I
gave
give
it a 10
I give
earlier.
it an
You
8.
dropped.
Yeah, but before you said you're giving it a 10.
Yes.
Well, she's lied. She's giving it an 8. I'm giving it a 4.
I gave this a 6.
How could you make mine less than this one? Oh,
You just dropped.
what are you giving it, George?
You just dropped 2 points.
What are you giving it, George?
Yes.
Spit it out.
No, it was fun. For the kind of movie, it's fun. It's give it 8.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
10.
But you gave it a 10, and you dropped the points to 8.
I'll give it a 10. I liked it.
Okay.
Okay, kick it off, Sue.
Maybe next week.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.